Kלים Perik Gimel Mishnah Gimel. We're carrying on with Kli Cheres, and the way Kli Cheres breaks, and the dinim of Gistra. Let's just recap the important Yesodis of the din of Gistra. A Kli Cheres which breaks, the pieces can still be Makabel Tumah themselves if they fulfill the conditions which we learned in Perik Beis Mishnah Beis, which is that if they come from a Kli Cheres which can hold up to reverse, then the shear of the broken piece will still be Makabel Tumah Materes Gistra if it's Machzik Kedei Sichas Kotam. If, however, the original Keli was bigger, then the shear of the Gistra has to be bigger. And the Mishnah in Perik Beis Mishnah Beis lists the various dargas of the original Keli that the Gistra came from, and the shear the Gistra has to be. Another din of a Gistra is that, as opposed to a normal Kli Cheres, a Kli Cheres we learned in the beginning of the Perik becomes Tohar by having holes, the size of a Zaysim or the size of Koinis Mashke. A Gistra becomes Tohar very, very easily. The minute it has a small leak of a Moitzi Mashke, that's it. End of Gistra, you cannot repair it. And now the Mishnah is going to bring up this contrast with a very interesting din. Chovish Shenikva. You've got a full Kli Cheres which has got a small hole. And it's a hole big enough to be Matahar the Kli, but it's not called a Shever Kli yet. So you've still got a Shem Kli, but it's a Kli Cheres with a small hole, and the Kli Cheres is tar because of this particular hole. Vasar bezefes, you repair the hole by putting a little bit of zefes over it. So now you've repaired the Kli Cheres, and the Kli Cheres is now sholim again, and can now be Makabel Tumah Mikan Lahabo. And then Venishbara, it then smashes. You've got all these broken pieces of Cheres. The Mishnah is going to tell us that each of these pieces of Cheres, of course, if they fulfill the conditions of Mishnah Perik Beis Mishnah Beis, i.e. they can be Makabel the requisite shear mentioned there, then each of these broken pieces can still be Makabel Tumah Mei Chodosh Materas Gistra. Says the Mishnah, Im Yesh B'mokem HaZefes Machzik Revies. Of course the pieces of the Kli Cheres which haven't got the Zefes, they of course can be Matana Materes Gistra. But the Mishnah is telling you even that piece of Cheres which originally had a hole in and which was repaired, and now you have a Gistra which is made up of the original Cheres with a hole in it, which was repaired with Zefes. If this broken piece is Machzik Revies, if it fulfills the required share of Gistra, it's Tmeo. Because the original hole wasn't Mavatal the Shem Kli, it was just Matayr it, but you still had your Tzura of a Kli. And therefore when you repaired it, the Shem Kli comes back. And therefore, the din of Gistra can still apply. So when this Kli breaks, even that piece which had the original hole, which was repaired by the Zefes, can still be Materes Gistra because it did come from a Kli Sholem, albeit a Kli Sholem which was broken and repaired. But after the repair with the Zefes, it was a Kli Sholem. So now the Gistra is still coming from a Kli Sholem. However, says the Mishnah, Cheres Shenikev, you have a piece of Cheres, not a Kli Sholem. It itself was just a Gistra. It was a broken piece of Cheres which was able to be Makabel Tumah Materes Gistra. Shenikev, and it got a hole in it. And this hole, of course, is Matara Gistra, because any hole is Matara Gistra. Vasoy bezefes, and you repair the hole of the Gistra. Afalpi Machzik Revies, although the Gistra, the repaired Gistra, has still got enough shear to be Makabel Revies, it's Tahor. Because once a Gistra is broken, even though it's just a tiny hole of a Moitzi Mashke, once a Gistra is Tahor, then it's lost Shem Gistra, Bottle Shem Klima Olov. That's it. End of story. Cannot be a Gistra anymore. You can't repair a Gistra. So although, what the Mishnah is saying, you've got two identical pieces of Cheres, both broken pieces of Cheres, both with a hole in having been repaired to Zefes. One is Makabel Tumah, one isn't. The first one is Makabel Tumah because it broke off. The hole actually happened before the Kli was smashed. So the hole and the repair by the Zefes just reconstituted the old Shem Kli. You could then turn it into a Gistra. So this piece is now a Gistra from a Kli Sholem. However, the second piece was a Gistra first. It then got a hole. When a Gistra gets a hole after it becomes a Gistra, you cannot repair that with Zefes, and therefore P'nei Bottle Shlem Kli Me'olov, and that piece will never be able to become Tomei again.